When deciding between a VPN, that is, virtual private network, and a proxy for online privacy, it's important to understand their differences, strengths, and limitations. Both tools can help mask your IP address and provide some degree of anonymity online, but they work in different ways and offer different levels of security. 1. How they work. Virtual private network encrypts your entire internet connection, routing all traffic through a secure tunnel to a remote server. This means your IP address is hidden, and all of your online activity is encrypted. Virtual private networks protect your privacy across all apps and services on your device, not just the browser. Whereas proxy acts as an intermediary server between your device and the internet. When you use a proxy, your internet traffic is routed through the proxy server, which can change your IP address, but it doesn't encrypt your data. A proxy typically only works with specific apps or browser you configure it with, like a browser proxy or SOCKS 5 proxy. 2. Privacy and security. Virtual private network offers strong encryption for your internet connection, protecting your data from prying eyes, including hackers, ISPs, or government surveillance. Since it routes all of your traffic through a secure server, it's much safer when it comes to maintaining online privacy. Virtual private networks can also protect your data on unsecured networks, like public Wi-Fi. Whereas proxy does not encrypt your data, meaning your internet traffic is exposed to anyone who can intercept it. It's more suited for hiding your IP address in certain apps or services, but it does not provide strong privacy protection or security. Proxies are typically not recommended for activities where privacy is critical, like online banking or entering sensitive information. 3. Performance. Since virtual private networks encrypt your entire connection, they can slow down your internet speed, particularly if the server is far away or if the virtual private network uses strong encryption protocols. However, premium virtual private networks often have fast servers that minimize speed loss. Proxies tend to offer better speeds than virtual private networks because they don't have to encrypt data. However, the lack of encryption and the limited privacy benefits might make them a poor choice for people seeking robust online protection. 4. Ease of use. Virtual private networks are generally easy to set up. Most virtual private network services offer apps for various platforms like Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS, and offers a one-click connection to a server. Virtual private networks also provide the convenience of securing all internet traffic on your device, automatically protecting everything you do online. Whereas setting up a proxy can be a bit more complicated, especially if you're configuring it for specific apps or services. Proxies often require manual setup in your browser or in specific apps, and their usage is limited to those applications. 5. Bypassing restrictions. A virtual private network can help bypass geo-blocks and censorship by masking your IP address and making it appear as though you are accessing the internet from a different location. Many streaming services, websites, and platforms block or restrict virtual private network traffic, but reliable VPNs often have ways to bypass these blocks. A proxy can also help you bypass geo-blocks or access restricted content, but it's often less effective than a virtual private network because many websites and services can detect and block proxies. Some websites may specifically block traffic from known proxy IP addresses. 6. Anonymity. A virtual private network provides more anonymity because it hides your true IP address and encrypts your traffic. If you use a trusted, no-logs virtual private network service, it can provide a high level of anonymity online. A proxy hides your IP address but doesn't provide much anonymity since it doesn't encrypt your data. Also, the proxy provider might log your browsing activity, which could compromise your privacy. 7. Use cases. Virtual private network is ideal for activities like streaming content from different countries, protecting personal data on public Wi-Fi networks, avoiding surveillance and tracking, accessing blocked or censored websites. Best for light, non-sensitive use when you only need to mask your IP address for specific apps or browser. Whereas proxy is ideal for activities like accessing geo-blocked content in your browser. bypassing basic restrictions on websites, e.g., for checking regional pricing. Basic anonymity for casual browsing. 8. Cost. Virtual private network services usually require a subscription, and the cost varies depending on the provider and plan. While there are free virtual private network, they often come with limitations like slower speeds, fewer server options, or potentially lower security. Paid virtual private networks offer better performance, security, and customer support. Whereas some proxies are free, but these often come with limitations, like bandwidth restrictions or lack of encryption. Paid proxies generally offer more stability and performance, but even these won't provide the same level of security or encryption as a virtual private network. Which should you use? If your primary concern is online privacy and security, a virtual private network is the better choice. It offers encryption, masks your IP address, and secures all your internet traffic, making it the most comprehensive tool for protecting your online activities. If you just need to bypass simple geo-restrictions or want to hide your IP address for non-sensitive tasks, a proxy might be sufficient, but keep in mind that it won't offer the same level of privacy or security as a virtual private network. Ultimately, if privacy and security are your top priorities, a VPN is the better solution. If you're looking for basic IP masking or bypassing restrictions without much concern for security, a proxy might work for you.